Ooh. What's good, guys? What's good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. Bayern 2-0. Didn't go to plan. First UCL night. Quite a flat performance, to be honest. I expected a bit more from this Inter team, but yeah, it didn't quite happen. And even the crowd today, the Meazza, the stadium, San Siro felt a little bit flat. Things are not looking so good, guys. Things are not looking too good, and it's not like I expected this Inter team to win or anything. Because when you go into the Bayern, I think someone just said just at the end they've got like 100% record in opening matches of Champions League. They're like they win pretty much every single game over the last decade or so. So this was not a surprise at all. But it's just we're not looking like the Inter from last season. Now we're getting into the season with 6 games in, and we've lost. It feels like half. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, 2 in Serie A, 3, 6. Yeah, we've lost half our games this season, guys. So half my reactions this season already been losses, which last season was quite, probably had to wait towards the middle of the season to get to 3 losses, but we're already at 3 losses. But again, as I said, we were expecting this one, but it's just the manner of these losses, the goals, the types of goals that we're conceding, and the attacking as well is just not quite convincing. But anyway, I've got obviously my slides prepared as usual, some screenshots that we'll get into. Let me see who is in the house. Onana, yeah, of course, we got to talk about Andre Onana, who came in. Onana needs to start for us. Yes, Keston, I think Onana definitely showed. It was good to see Inzaghi actually made that decision at the beginning of the match. With 2 goals down, and he wears 2 subs on centre back. Yeah, we'll get into the substitutions of Inzaghi once again. Very, very confusing, baffling, late substitutions from Inzaghi. Once again, as Future Hendricks said. And yeah, this is really the thing that I take away from this. It felt like Bayern weren't even in, maybe they were in second gear, third gear, definitely not fourth or fifth gear. Like it felt like, there were moments where they like kind of stepped up and went into like their godly next level gear. But it's it didn't feel like that we really stretched them to their max for sure. Like it felt like they just kind of easily got past us. Yeah, when Gagliardini came on, I know a lot of people must have switched off the TV because it was not the substitute we were expecting. And at that point as well, like what was really the point? Like what are you trying to do by bringing Gagliardini on? Of course, Marcello, we missed Lukaku as well. Julian says not bad game, barely clear, just another level. What is clear? Onana needs to start. Of course, again, true. Mossab says 3-5-2 formation has run its course. I'm not too sure about that. I think it's just the team at the moment. I'm not sure it's strictly the formation in terms of that needs a whole squad rehaul. Mossab, that's a completely different conversation to have. That's very money intensive, big project to be had if that's what. So the boring game. Yeah, it wasn't as exciting, I think, as maybe the. Especially when it came out, even though neutral, like I'm definitely tuning into Bayern, so it probably wasn't like a spectacular game, but it was a decent watch. It wasn't too bad. The Sheriff says I don't think Bayern was much better, but our mentality is nowhere. Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, Bayern wasn't not that much better, but it showed that they weren't even at their best, and they were better. But yeah, our mentality at the moment, that fearlessness that we used to go into last season, guys, that's what I'm missing. Remember the Real Madrid game at home. We took the game to Real Madrid. We had so many chances against Real Madrid last season. Like that was one of the matches where I'm most proud of in this team in terms of what they were, how they were performing, what they were doing out on the pitch. And I'm not seeing that against Liverpool as well. Home against Liverpool, Hakan hitting the crossbar, the chances that we created, against Shakhtar, against Sheriff, even against the Real Madrid away, it wasn't that great, but still, it felt like there was a fearless team. But now it really doesn't feel like the same team. It really doesn't feel like the same team. Yeah, Tommy, I think that's a good way to sum things up. Just my goodness. Mattia Onana saved us from embarrassment. Inzaghi always late with the subs, can't stand anymore. Yeah, we are getting fed up of that for sure. Why no Barella? Yeah, very good question. Even we talked about it in the pre-match. There were some statements needed to be made in this team, and Barella probably had his worst ever game against Milan, like in his professional career. Like that was an embarrassing performance by Barella in the derby. Was this a signal? Was this a statement from Inzaghi? Because he didn't even bring him on as a substitute, full 90 minutes on the bench, which I don't know if even Conte ever did that, or Inzaghi's definitely never done that, I think. So they clearly, unless there's an injury we don't know about, but I doubt it. So clearly there was a statement sent to Barella there that not everyone's place is guaranteed in this team. I like that, but at the same time, Hakan's performance wasn't much better either, and today Hakan's performance wasn't much better either. So maybe there was some words said, maybe there was some attitude things that Inzaghi didn't like. So I mean, we have to give him credit on that he's stepped up, showed some balls on some of the decisions he made before the match. So we were asking, start Onana, drop some of the starters because the performance was not good enough against Milan, make some more rotations. He did all those things. Mkhitaryan came in. So he did a lot of those things that we asked him to do, apart from the substitutions. I guess he can't have everything, but it didn't quite work out in the end. I mean, the pressing, I think, is the same against Milan. Like, I think this Bayern team are just absolutely crazy the way they press. Like they press even more than Liverpool pressed. Like some of their pressing is absolutely crazy. I don't even know how they keep it up. I think it was smart not to press them too much, to be honest, because as you saw, like as soon as they get some space and open, this is probably the quickest team in European football. I don't know how many teams can boast the pace of Sane, Mane, Coman, Muller, Davies. Like it's such an athletic team. It's crazy. Lautaro was the only one. Yeah, I mean, Lautaro, guys, I don't know how he always gets away without any slander. Just because he runs around and shows grinta and starts to fight players, that doesn't show to me a do or die mentality. That's just being having a short fuse, being an angry little Argentinian. Like he, again, just like against Milan, lost pretty much every single battle. Bad touches from Lautaro. So I was seeing on Twitter Dzeko getting all the slander as usual. When Dzeko Lautaro played, Dzeko is the one that gets the slander, but somehow Lautaro escapes it. Alex Chanquino, well, thank you very much, bro, for the donation. Appreciate that a lot. He says we played too safe, Bayern crowd center, so we kept passing left and right, but when we had the opportunity to cut through the lines, we didn't know killer mentality. Yeah, today definitely the wing backs. Like there were so many opportunities. We'll get into the analysis, but so many opportunities on the counter we had, like transition moments that we just wasted. So many technical mistakes. This is the thing, out of all the things that I'm disappointed about this Inter team this season, is the technical mistakes. Like so many passes, like simple passes that they get wrong, or through balls. No fear, no like motivation or like fearlessness to go 1v1 with the player. Like when you're there, it's just that's the defending obviously is worrying in general, but the technical mistakes, these are not on Inzaghi, these are on the players. Like even Brozovic, some of the technical mistakes from Brozovic that I'm seeing, some of the passes that he's misplacing, some of the touches that he's misplacing, I've not really seen that at all from Brozovic in his time at Inter, not over like this kind of sustained period. At the beginning I thought maybe it was he had that injury at the beginning of the season that kind of disrupted his pre-season or his form. But now, he's on his 6th game starting in a row and is still showing the same issues. So I'm getting worried about even like players like the guaranteed of our team, like Brozovic, which is crazy. Akash, thank you for coming through. Onana has to start every game. Dumfries was horrible. Why guy instead of Asllani? Barella? Yeah, as we said, Barella was clearly like some sort of sign or like signal to Barella to get his act together. But yeah, the Asllani one was a bit confusing, and just very, very confusing. And we'll get into Dumfries. Was very, very infuriating today. Very, very infuriating. Yeah, it does look like we're only 6 games in, and the team does look tired and physically not up to mark. There's definitely something to be said about the preseason. What's it called? The preseason preparation, because this team still looks like it's not, as free or as like light on the legs. I thought by this point, I remember guys I was saying, yeah, give us like 3 or 4 weeks, and these guys will get the heavy legs will start to like lighten a bit. But no, it still feels like some of these guys are like heavy and slow, just getting to the second balls a little bit later than everyone else. So there's definitely something that's not gone quite right in the preseason preparation as well. Absolutely dreadful, Najib. Yeah, I think that's a lot of people are feeling today. I don't think you can. I mean, again, as I said, I do understand the Inzaghi out people a little bit more now, but I still can't. Losing against Bayern, it's not the reason why it should be Inzaghi out. But I can start to see, because this negative trend and how the team is looking at the moment, the Inzaghi out thing. But again, just because Tuchel's got fired today doesn't mean we need to start talking about Tommy Tuchel coming in, because first of all, we can't afford his wages, and if we fire Inzaghi, we definitely can't afford to pay those two. So you can definitely forget about Tommy Tuchel for sure. Hey, Jono coming in. So glad I've watched the last couple of Inter games. Not worth this headache. Oh, sometimes I do wish that, bro. Sometimes I wish I don't watch the game. Sometimes I wish I just skip these match reviews as well, because then I don't have to talk about it. But gotta stick with it. But yeah, you haven't missed much, Jono, for 100%. This you haven't missed much, 100%. This wasn't good one bit. I don't know about one bit, Ashwin. There was definitely some good moments, and I mean, we'll get into it. But if Correa scored that goal, or if some of the balls kind of fell to us in a different way, we could have been talking about a different game. But I wouldn't say this wasn't good one bit. I saw some good stuff, but it's just not as good. I'm comparing us to last season in the Champions League, and it's nowhere near where we were going to. Inzaghi's getting me depressed. Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people are feeling that. Won every opening game for 18 years. Oh, no, it was much longer than I thought. I thought he said like a decade, 18 years. Yeah, there's no way we were going to be the team to break that record for Bayern. Sunit coming through in the house, Bayern a way better. Nice to see we didn't get thrashed. Yeah, there you go. That's a lot of people were seeing us getting 3, 4, 5-0 dropping. So at least it wasn't that. And of course, that was a lot due to Onana step. There wasn't that many I wouldn't say any standout saves from Onana, to be fair, but he was active. He was always on it. He had to face a lot of good shots, and so a lot of that was due to him. Bro, it's sad to lose like this. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I don't know what other way I saw us losing against Bayern. We definitely should have given it a bit more going on the other end. But in terms of goals conceded, 2, that's pretty much the expectation. That was the way we lost was pathetic. I don't know about pathetic, man. I think I don't know what seems like the expectations were very high going into this game. But I don't know if pathetic seems to be definitely very harsh of a word. Hit the like button for our uncle. Yeah, thank you very much, Mattia. Always reminding me more than I should be. Seeing how Inzaghi didn't make the change at the right time, and then Gags. Yeah. Again, same issues that we talked about with Inzaghi. We could at least tie it if he hasn't delayed the changes. Probably, maybe, we don't know, but he definitely would have been, or should have been coming a lot earlier. You're gonna hate me, but we lost our opening group game last year too. Yeah, but that was Real Madrid. But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the difference in the mentality and performance, Tommy. Again, last year against Real Madrid, expectations were low-ish, but at the same time, the performance that we came out with was much better. And we need points this season. We need the points much earlier, because we're not going to get 6 points from Sheriff. There's only one team potentially that we can get 6 points from, is that Victoria Pilsen. So we need to get points anywhere else. And of course, last season we managed to get 4 points out of Shakhtar as well. So there's no Shakhtar and Sheriff where we can get 10 points from. And then Inzaghi said we need 10 points. Jonathan said mid-table manager equals mid-table team. I mean, again, way too over the top in my opinion. Inzaghi got Lazio to finish in 4th place as well. So So yeah, I can see that. I can see the reaction at the moment is very negative on Inzaghi as well. But he's definitely not a mid-table manager, and this is definitely not a mid-table team. So I think people are going a little bit over the top. Bobby Guys are allowed to leave Liguria. Yeah, that's his ends. Did you see Skriniar reaction getting subbed? No, I didn't really see it, to be honest. That's the thing when I'm trying to make these screenshots, I didn't really get to see too much. Davies bullied so many of our players. Yeah, man. That's the thing with Dumfries as well. Like, I feel like he's so big and physical, but he always seems like he gets muscled or outplayed so many times on his wing. He should be dominating his wing with his physique. I'd say they couldn't more, so they didn't want to. Nah, definitely you could see that we could have done much more. We could have done much more. Dreadful and boring game. Like, not gonna lie. Yeah, I guess maybe if you're saying you're a Bayern and Inter fan, Sanjar, so I'm guessing maybe it was. Well, I thought it wasn't that bad, but it was quite a flat match, to be fair. When I think about it, the derby, and no, no, thank you. Napoli's that how you play. Napoli, that is how you play with heart, yeah. But then, we used to moan about the exact same stuff with Spalletti back in the day, especially in the Champions League. So yeah, like you can't say you want it's Spalletti, and because we used to have the same issues with Spalletti. But yeah, let's see how they do. I'm happy. But at the same time, though, Liverpool have been having a very stinky season. Their beginning of the season has been very, very bad. So, it's a different comparison point. Whereas, Bayern, they had 2 draws. Oh no, their 2 draws is like a bad beginning of the season for them. But yeah, you saw like these guys are absolute beasts. Definitely one of the top 3 favorites for this Champions League once again, as usual. Second positive for the day, 130 plus people. Oh yeah, I didn't even check that. Thank you very much, guys. I'm only going to be on for another 15 minutes or so, so I apologize. I'm not going to be able to get to all of your comments. Yeah. Okay, let's get into the match analysis now. Match analysis. Oh yeah, here's Basisa with the usual XG. There you go. Finally, XG showing something more realistic. The last few games we've been underperforming the XG. We're underperforming it today as well, technically. But as in, we usually have more than the other team, even against Lazio and Milan. But today, yeah, no arguments there. Yeah, no, they definitely looked like they were on some next level in terms of they were on it. Like their pressing was like crazy. Like the way they was like stifling us is so much. Again, we talked about it already, guys. Yeah, I don't think Inzaghi's at particularly any big risks because of how this team, because of the ownership situation in terms of the money spent, no money spent. So ever since Inzaghi's come in, we're on like minus 180 million or something in terms of incomings versus outgoings. So yeah, I don't think he's in a particularly difficult situation ownership wise. I don't think he's going to be looking to get sacked. It's going to be expensive. He ends around 3.5, 4 million net a season. It's going to be way too expensive. So for now, definitely not. As usual, I think just as with Conte when he was doing badly the season before, if things need to start turning around, soon, very, very soon. Lautaro hella sloppy today. I'm glad someone actually said it today. Yeah, I mean, they were both not that great, to be honest, but probably I'll give a little smidge to Dzeko over Lautarito. Yeah, let's get into the analysis, which says we have to be the slowest team in all of Europe. All 3 strikers were poor. Dumfries was shocking. Gosens invisible for the first half. I actually like Gosens, but we just didn't use him. We didn't utilize Gosens. We kept going down the right-hand side, and that was probably because of Hakan not being really that good today, and no one was really activating Gosens on that side. When Gosens was being involved, I thought he was actually pretty decent, but we kept going down the right-hand side. I'm feeling bad banter era vibes from the team. I mean, bro, banter era is completely different levels, and by different levels, much lower levels. You guys are definitely exaggerating too much now. We can't switch play across the pitch because there's not enough players up the pitch to make overloads and create quick space. Yeah, those overloads that we used to do last season, that's one of the things that you're not really seeing. But that's the thing, I'm talking about technical mistakes or even like confidence, like Brozovic isn't making those pings, Hakan wasn't making those pings. Even the centre backs, when they get the chance to come up with the ball, no one's making those, slightly riskier passes, but someone has to try to make them. That's the only way you're going to try to be able to crack defenses like these. 100%. Tommy needs to get his head down, fix a few things. Zhang needs to step up and take the blame. I mean, what's that going to do right now? There's not much that's going to do right now. That's it's not going to help anyone. Him coming out of the interview saying this is my fault. I mean, which owner's ever done that, Chris? Like, no owners comes out and says this is my fault or anything. But yeah, anyway, as I said, like the lineup, we were happy. I was happy with it. Onana came in, D'Ambrosio came in. By the way, D'Ambrosio, I mean, I feel sorry for him saying this now, but I was happy for D'Ambrosio coming in and then, being nominated as the captain. Which was actually surprising because we know that Brozovic is usually the vice captain, but I guess usually is because D'Ambrosio doesn't really start games. But I guess in Italy, that's how they usually do it, by seniority in terms of the time you've been at a club and usually by age. So it makes sense that automatically, just like how technically Ranocchia would have been, so it's D'Ambrosio. But unfortunately, scoring an own goal on his debut as a starting captain was definitely not what Dambro DD33 needed. Skriniar in the middle, Bastoni, Dumfries, Mkhitaryan, the surprise kind of inclusion, benching Barella, Brozovic, Hakan. Hakan is probably, it was between 50-50 between Barella or Hakan being substituted. I would have benched Hakan in my opinion, but I know Inzaghi probably keeps him on for the set pieces. Gosen starting is another thing that we wanted, and we got it. And then Lautaro and Dzeko, because Dzeko's impact in the derby made him deserve the start here. And then Onana. Let's talk about Onana, guys. Let's talk about Andre Onana. How did you guys feel like he played today? Because I think he's definitely was one of the better players, or probably the man of the match, actually, I would say. Let's have a look what the Sofa Score ratings were. Yep. Andre Onana was man of the match. So let me share my screen quickly. Yeah, Andre Onana, 8.3. How many saves did he make? 10 saves, bloody hell. 1 high claim, 5 saves from inside the box, 55 touches, so he's got really involved, lots of long balls, but we saw it today. I mean, it doesn't look good in passing accuracy. I wouldn't check that for goalkeepers anyway, but 6 out of 21 long balls completed. But some of those balls, how good were they, guys? Some of those pings that Onana was doing, how good were they? Like, this guy was pinging some nice balls into Dzeko, into Lautaro. And we should have done better with some of them, but he's going to make a big difference in our team, not just in terms of goalkeeping ability, but even in ball playing ability. So yeah, it's very encouraging. That's definitely the one encouraging sign from today. Onana, I know some people were worried because it was, people were saying that Inzaghi's putting this guy or throwing him under the bus for starting against Bayern, but no. This is from the beginning of the season. I got the feeling that Inzaghi said Onana, which is a starter. That means that, well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that maybe he's going to be the cup goalkeeper. So I hope this is true. At least minimum, he needs to be the goal. Well, should be really integrated into Serie A as well now. But hopefully, at least he could be the minimum, the Champions League goalkeeper, Coppa Italia keeper. But that is the bare minimum that we need to see from Onana. But ideally, we need to be seeing him starting now. Emil, thank you very much for the donation again. Barca will bully this team. Yeah, the way that Barca saw the scoreline was at 5-1 against Victoria. Yeah, they are looking strong in La Liga. I think they've only conceded 1 or 2 goals in La Liga. Their attack is getting it together. Javi Bo is starting to click. So yeah, it's definitely looking like Europa League season at the moment as things stand. Because when we got the group, I was thinking that maybe we could be, we could play it, the second place, we could play it with Barcelona, but they're looking good. They're looking good. So I agree, Memo, the way if we play like we play today, Barca will bully this team. Can't leave without saying my boy Denzel was pissed. But oh yeah, at least you're saying that, bro. Yeah, at least when a Denzel fan is saying this, guys, Denzel had a stinker of a match because yeah, it was not good. It was not good at all. Not good at all. Top Somali cities, another donation. Thank you very much, bro. But yeah, you should write something at least, bro. If you're gonna do a donation, you should write like a question or something. But I appreciate that for sure. But let me know what your name is or some sort of question or statement, something. Give me something to work with. But again, appreciate the donation, bro. Jut 107 seems like one of my boys. Is he from India, Indian heritage? I'm guessing. I'm worried about the Barca game. Yeah, similar to what Emil Fredrickson said. 100%, bro. They are balling. We are very worried about these upcoming games. But again, let's not get too ahead. Let's think about Torino now. Hey, Bayern now in the house. I didn't see that. Sorry, bro. My bad. But thank you for coming through. If you guys saw the preview, very interesting takes that he had. And yeah, make sure you guys check out his channel. Yeah, I guess we need to smoke Pilsen, but that's like bare minimum. And as most upset, I'm not even sure we can beat Pilsen at the moment. It's it's looking very scary hours at the moment. Oh yeah, Onana. There was one moment. There was one moment that he did have us worried, Andre. Let's not lie. But he was saved by the post on that one. Let's not lie. He was saved by the post on that one. And yeah, Ian, I do agree. Hopefully, Onana does start against Torino. Like, he needs to be starting to be integrated into the team. But I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, guys. I'm pretty sure he won't be starting against Torino. So I guess Ahmad, crime against humanity will be committed by Simone Inzaghi. We can't win against Victoria with this team. Hey, not with these type of performances. I agree. Inzaghi just said he doesn't remember a memorable save from Onana. That's true. That's what I'm saying. I don't think anything. I don't remember anything particularly amazing save by Onana. But what I was impressed by was some of the pings, some of the long balls he made. So yeah, Inter PIF rumors are back on the timeline. Yeah, you guys know. Until I see some reliable sources talking about that, there's no point even bringing that up. We need Tommy Tuchel. Okay, that's again. We can't afford him. Top Somali cities, and we can't afford to sack Inzaghi and all this kind of stuff. Although I've always said I would like to see more German coaches in the Serie A, and I wouldn't mind Tommy Tuchel at Inter. But let's. I'm happy to still continue at the moment with Inzaghi. See if we can turn it around because we don't really have too much of an option at the moment. But yeah, let's get back into the analysis. Their pressing, again, as we said, the pressing was absolutely crazy. Like, this was the first few minutes, and Brozovic, again, as I said, I was not impressed by Brozovic's performance. Once again, here he lost the ball thanks to their pressing, but their pressing was really good at the same time. But yeah, they had us in such sticky positions. With their pressing, the way they kind of position themselves against us, we really struggled to play out from the back, as we have this season a lot. These are again, this is what I'm saying. I don't remember particularly memorable sayings from Onana. This was a decent one, but we expect him any decent keeper to make the save. But they were peppering our goal. They were peppering our goal all match. In the end, the stats, I think, show how many how many shots. Yeah, 21 shots for Bayern in total, 11 on target. So, we talked about in the pre-match that, Onana's going to have to be at, Jan Sommer level, where he made 19 saves the other week against them. And that was the same. And again, here, this is Denzel today was he got like these passes wrong, and this is where we struggle. And this is not like on Inzaghi or anyone. Like if you make these types of technical mistakes, you're gonna get punished in the transition. And and here we didn't get punished, but so many technical mistakes coming out. And this is what we did against Milan. The first goal where Hakan made that mistake and De Vrij. You're gonna be exposed like this. The one save where he tipped over the bar, yeah, but that was pretty central. If he didn't save that, I would be very, very worried. And yeah, so many counterattacks wasted. This is one of my, some people have mentioned in their comments, but so many like technical mistakes, decision making, not convinced in like the runs, like making half-ass runs, like just if you're gonna make a run, sprint, like go for it. And hopefully even if someone overhits it, you might get to it. But so many overhit balls, straight at their defenders, wasted counter. Look at this. This was a potential 4 versus 4 or 4v5 opportunity here, completely wasted on the counter attack. This one was by Mkhitaryan, but there was many like that by Hakan, by Lautaro, Dzeko. There's so many wasted opportunities like this. So wasteful. And yeah, they were creating, even when we were, defensively deep within our half, they always created here from the corner. They still managed to create chances. They still managed to get away from our players. And we were lucky that, they didn't really have their shooting boots on today. A lot of their shots were kind of, not that amazing. And this, obviously, this is the goal that we conceded. Look at the positions where Gosens, Skriniar, D'Ambrosio, but look at Bastoni. As Bastoni's gone to, I don't know who he's gone to press so high. But then, D'Ambrosio is kind of in the middle, no man's land. But that should be Dumfries' guide, because D'Ambrosio's gone up, so Dumfries needs to be coming in and covering that guy. But then again, the quality of someone like Sane to get that on the touch, go around the keeper and finish it, it's crazy. That's the difference in levels. Yeah, Mr. Ami, he's a Liverpool fan, by the way. Check him out on Twitch. My boy from Leicester. Could be worse. Could have lost the game by 41st minute. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, Liverpool fans are feeling real bad right now. But yeah, that was a very poor goal to concede, to be honest. And yeah, we need technicians. Yeah, but that's the thing. Last season we were playing, so this is why we, as some Inter fans who have been following Inter for 20, 30 years are saying this is the best Inter they've seen in terms of the way that we play. But there's no remnants of that now. Like saying the same guys that were technically clean last season, there's no remnants of that right now. So many technical mistakes from everyone. What else? Our best chances, in the first half was probably this corner. Dzeko, I think it was deflected in the end, but it was not particularly. There wasn't much to talk about in terms of actual chances, like Neuer having to do anything. Even here, he didn't have to do anything. I think we only had one shot on target at half time. 5 shots in total, 1 on target, 43% possession, pretty much domination from Bayern. But then we actually picked it up in the second half. We started off much better straight away in the second half. D'Ambrosio, unfortunately, was the guy who this ball fell to, who skied it. But, I think this came off a corner move or something. But yeah, we started off quite brightly in the second half. But we definitely didn't have, they didn't have the shooting boots on, but we just had completely, Timberlands. We had those pointy shoes, on. And then this was probably one of the cleaner chances, but again, not really that clean. Dzeko hitting it first time on the turn, but straight at Neuer. So this is about as good as it got up until obviously later on. And again, Dzeko from a corner. This was a really good chance, but Hernandez blocks it. Another Hernandez brother being a bane of our lives, but we're used to that now. There were shouts for handball, but no, it wasn't. But yeah, this is about as good as really got in our chances in terms of actual shooting chances. And then obviously Danilo. How many times, guys, though? How many times over the years have we seen Danilo somehow getting this ball over the top, like somehow managing it to hit the crossbar or over the bar? But in this occasion, unfortunately, it went in. It went in. I feel bad for Danilo on his on the day that he's the captain. But I think that also explains how badly things are going right now. Usually for Danilo, usually he gets quite fortunate in these moments. But even now, the fortune is not hitting, is not going our way. And then obviously this one, I know Tommy, you asked for me not to show this, but we have to show this. This is I can't remember what around this minute was, but it was maybe like 75th, 80th minute. So we still had time if Correa buried this to turn the match around and maybe snatch a draw. But Tuku, man, that was so bad. That was criminal. Absolutely criminal, because Hernandez there gifted it to us. He made a mistake, some sort of control or something, miscontrol. I didn't actually quite properly see what the exact mistake was because I was busy taking the screenshot. But you have this, and he's been in decent form at the beginning of the season. He's got 2 goals and an assist, Correa. But this is, not good enough for us, and it could have been the turnaround for this match, but it wasn't to be. And that probably wraps up that completely explains our match. That Correa miss at the end just explains it. Vidal shouldn't have been sold, or he wasn't sold. He was, we paid him to go, but I don't really see what. Maybe a bit more experience and stuff like he did against Liverpool, but I don't really see too much at the moment. It's just like our guys that we can, even our best guys at the moment are not performing. That's the thing. So there's not even like one guy that I can say at the moment that's been really, really good. There's more guys that we can talk about better performances today compared to the Milan match. In the Milan match, apart from Mickey and Dzeko, we couldn't save anyone. When Danilo didn't put a clutch, when Danilo's not being clutch and there's something wrong. Yeah, Correa came on, like his movement was good, but then his decision making and that finish was awful. Even on the first goal, Onana did a good job dragging Sonny left. Yeah, he did. Yeah, even on the second goal, he did all right. That second goal, by the way, that was like some the way that they played around us. It was like a PlayStation, like the quality. Like we had 7 or 8 man like in the box, and somehow they found a way through us. That just shows the way that this quality of this Bayern team. But let's wrap up on player ratings. As I said, Andre Onana definitely man of the match, but again, there's not too many saves to talk about, just as Inzaghi said. I think flop of the match has to be Dumfries for me. Just look at that passing accuracy, 58%, guys, awful. 2 crosses, none of them on target. 1 dribble attempt apparently completed. I don't remember it. 16 possessions lost. These was not good today. Gosens, I wouldn't rate him that high, but again, I said and then Gosens finished 90 minutes. So there you go. Finally, Gosens completing a full 90, which was good. And I thought he was decent. Mickey was good as well. Again, he made a lot of mistakes as well, but he was definitely one of the guys that felt like was trying harder and was making things happen at least. And Bastoni again looking a bit shaky. Skriniar, I agree that he was the best out of the back 3. And then Hakan was not good at all. I did not like Hakan. What? He had 100% pass completion. Oh my goodness. I did not. That's crazy to me. And apparently, obviously it's from his corners, the 2 key passes. But to me, he wasn't good today, Hakan, at all. Lost too many battles, just like Lautaro once again, just like the derby. Not good enough for me in terms of his performance. But again, I'm not saying that he should be subbed off or he should not start the next match. I just have high expectations of Lautaro. Dzeko was all over the pitch. He was a bit like last season where he was like, roaming all over the pitch, like as if he's like the center attacking mid. Some good, some bad stuff, but yeah, we need more from Dzeko as well in terms of his shooting. Bayern, I think man of the match has to be Kimmich. Kimmich controlled the game. I think he showed levels today to Brozovic. 107 touches, 93%. And he was peppering. He was trying. This guy was testing. He was testing Onana to see if this guy's a bozo, like rusty. So Kimmich, sneaky guy. He was trying to see what Onana's all about. Sane was good as well. The centre backs were good. Davies was completely dominated left hand side. Yeah, not much to talk about. But Neuer wasn't particularly tested. But yeah, it's Sane the man of the match. Yeah, maybe Sane as well. But I think Kimmich just controlled the match. We couldn't get anywhere near him. And yeah, the substitutes was just not too late from Inzaghi. He had to be, 55th, 60th minute max. He needed to make some of these, like Di Marco coming in, or I don't know about someone said the two centre-back substitutions were wasted, but you saw that Skriniar was, it looked like he got like a little injury at one moment. Remember when there was the handball shout? So I hope he's not serious. But yeah, this one was obviously the annoying one. 81st minute Gagliardini for Chala, like, what's the point? But yeah, obviously Lukaku, please come back ASAP. Today you saw a lot of moments in transition that hopefully Lukaku would help us in when he comes back. Come on, guys. How long are we going to talk about these guys? Come on, guys. This is like, what should we start talking about? R9 now, Christian Vieri. Like, come on. It is what it is now. This is the team. We miss those guys. We miss those players for sure. But we know that we downgraded in a lot of position and in the coach and in a lot of other areas in the pitch and off the pitch. Yes, I think it's too early to talk about Inzaghi sacking. I don't see any good, affordable alternatives anyway. And yeah, you can't just do it right in the sixth game of the season for Inzaghi. I miss Matola. Yeah, that's what I mean. How far back do you guys want to go? Inzaghi already confirmed Andanovic is the goalkeeper for Torino. There you go, guys. I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, so you can blame Eduardito. Yeah, you can vent, bro, but also I can reply him what's up. It's just I get frustrated because we all miss those guys, but I just don't. You see, now people are clowning as well. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. 115 people. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, please, guys. For me, at least leave a thumbs up. And yeah, we'll see you for the Torino game. We need another performance. We need another win. This is not good enough. Pecho frios, yes, that's a good way to describe us at the moment. Eduardito, just means we're just lacking balls. We're lacking, the cojones at the moment. But yeah, thank you very much for everyone that tuned in. Champions League not being very nice to us at the beginning, but let's see what it has in store for us. Ciao ragazzi, always Forza Inter.